Hello, guys. We'll start in a couple of minutes. Let's wait for some more people so they won't be missing anything. Yeah. So, hello, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our first Indian webinar. So, my name is Ebin J Raphel. I work as a marketing attribution specialist here on Roivenue. So, I welcome you all to our webinar on why does Google Analytics show you fewer conversions than ad platforms. So my colleagues Lukas, David, and Sonal is joining with us for this webinar today. And just before we start off, I just want to ask you one question to see whether we are on the same page. That is, do you have noticed Google Analytics show you fewer conversion than reality? So could you please give me an answer for this question so I can better understand? So what do you think about this so I can explain in an effective way? So you can answer me on Slido. So please mark your answers. So great. So yeah, you're getting good responses right now. So let's wait a couple of seconds more to allow everyone to answer this question. Great. So more than 50% of they agree with this question. So uh, yeah, we can still see some variations here and there. But yeah, total overall, so more than 50%, 60% of people thinks Google Analytics show fewer conversions than the reality. So the people who said yes, I have one more question for you. So if you think Google is showing less, uh, do you know why? Why it's showing less conversion than reality? You can actually answer me in a yes or no answer here on slide here. You're still having some variations. Let's wait. Yeah, I hope everybody's answered right now. So yeah, here also 50% of people saying yes, no. Okay, and we have 40% of people saying yes. Great. And we have 10% people not sure. No worries. So let's kick up. So yeah, let's imagine it as a football game. So what happens in a football? So the first person, a first player starts a game, he kicks the ball, and then the ball goes to different players and they make the pass and everything. So gradually it turns into a goal. So once they score a goal, how do we actually divide or how do we actually give the credits to the people who involved or scored the goal in a football game? So let's assume we we use different attribution models to score this credits among the players. So let's have a look on the last click attribution model, where if you have a close look at the last click attribution model, what happens? All the glory goes to the last player who kicked the ball. That means the striker. So whatever happened before, the whole process of scoring the goal who are involved before, these things are not measured or counted when it comes to the last click attribution model. At the same time, once we have the first click attribution model, what it does, it gives all the credit to the first person. Let's assume the goalkeeper, he gets all the credit of a goal. So the other players who are involved on scoring that goal, they gets nothing. So these two models are very often used in GA, as you know. So when it comes to the linear model, what happens here? So on the linear model, let's say who all are touched the ball during the process or on the way to score the goal, all of them gets equal amount of credits. So there is no variation between the goalkeeper, all the the player who scored the goal, who all are involved in that process, who all are touched the ball, gets the same credit according to the linear model. So, and there is also other rule-based models which does how it does, like it divides 40% of the credits to the first player who started the game, and 40% of the score to the player who finished, the striker who scored the goal. And the rest 20% is actually divided between the people who all are involved in the game, in the team. So we have seen all these four model, and here comes our data-driven model. So the data-driven model, what exactly happens with this model? It actually measures all the touches and passes, all the activity the players uh, done in order to score the goal. So here you can actually see a more uh, accurate or data-driven method of dividing the scores among the players when it comes to scoring a goal. So which attribution model do you use right now? Or which attribution model are you more familiar with? Great, we have first click has 100% right now. So we see a huge percentage on the last click attribution. And also, second one is a data-driven attribution. That's amazing. So, and we have 11 percentage on first click and rule-based, and also we have same, I'm not sure. Great. So this is why we are here today, guys. So these results are more than expected. So uh, we understand that there is a lot of problems associated with our traditional attribution models, and I'm glad that 20% of the people are using data-driven attribution model here. So yeah, let's just jump from here. So how does it works in marketing? So so once you spend thousands of dollars for the online marketing on a monthly basis, so each marketer expected to achieve more than what is their target. So they want to overachieve their target. And for this, it's really important that they have to understand the true ROI of each channel, so they can adjust their budget and achieve what they really want to achieve when it comes to their marketing goals. It's the same as a football game as well. So as I told you before, the ball starts from one end till the other post and somebody scores it. So just like that, the customer journey nowadays is very complex. So as you know, it goes through different marketing channels and will make the conversion. So what is really important here, we must understand which marketing channel plays the major role, so which contribute more to the customer journey, to the conversion. So we'll be able to understand, we'll be able to allocate our budget to get the best outcome, best ROI. So let's go back to our question. So why does Google Analytics show you fewer conversions than the ad platforms? So let's have a look here on a real life case. So imagine there is a client who is running campaigns on Facebook and Google Ads only, and his Facebook reported, let's say, 100 conversions. At the same time, the Google Ads reported 80 conversions. So looking at these numbers, the client should have 180 orders in his order management system. But unfortunately, he only had 140 orders received in his system. So what do you think? What could have happened here? What could be the difference of 40 conversions of discrepancy here? Don't tell me right now. Let's go to the next slide. So clearly there is an attribution problem with the situation right now. So what could have happened here? The conversions were counted twice. So the Facebook and Google attribute the same purchase as their own conversion. So why would it even do that? What could be a situation where it happens like this? Let's have a look. So the client, for example, clicked on a Facebook and to buy his shoes. Let's say he saw a Facebook ad and he clicked on an ad and saw their ads and everything, but he didn't make the purchase right away. So what happened? He after a couple of days, let's say 2, 3 days, he went to a Google ad and he made the purchase through a Google advertisement. And what happens here at the same time, the Google and Facebook, they both claim it as their own conversion. So this is why most of the e-commerce companies or marketers are having a big data discrepancy when it comes to the claiming of different platforms claiming for the same uh, conversion. So let's get back to attribution. So this is the whole customer journey. Let's assume a customer going through the Facebook ad forms and also Google Ads video, whatever it is, till the conversion. So uh, once we have a look at the last click attribution, what happens here? The Google Ads, which played the last role on the whole customer journey, which made the conversion, gets all the credit for that conversion, all the customer journey. So whatever played the role behind, like Facebook or Criteo or Artform, they don't get anything. When it comes to the last click attribution, it doesn't see the impressions as well. And all, as I mentioned, all the credit goes to the last click, and most of the touch points are not even counted when it comes to the last click attribution. But when it comes to the linear attribution, what it does, it actually divides the whole credit in between the platform, in the channels who played the major role, or who even played a role in the whole customer journey. So there is no comparison, there is no ups and downs. Each channel contributed to the conversion gets equal number of percentage or credits. So when it comes to the last click data-driven model, what happens? Sorry, click-based data-driven model, what happens? It is a much better model when compared to the last click or linear-based model because it actually counts the clicks on each platforms. So on Facebook, how many clicks Facebook had when it comes to a customer journey to a conversion, and how many clicks Criteo had, or in Google Ads, how many they had. So it actually measures the all clicks, but still it doesn't actually count the impression. It doesn't calculate the impressions when it comes to a click-based model. So, and finally, what we have here is an impression-based data-driven attribution model, which is the best method for determining the ROI among the marketing channels. And that's what we are using at Roivenue right now, an impression-based data-driven attribution model. What it actually does, it calculates all the touch points and impressions and all the data points among all the different channels who took part in the customer journey towards the conversion. So you can see in Google Ads, there is a 46 percentage of contribution, or also in Facebook there is 37 percentage. So all these different numbers are based on a lot of different data points. So in a way, you'll be able to understand which channel played the biggest role, or which are the most biggest contributor when it comes to a conversion. So you can have a comparison over here on all these different channels and attribution models. So you can see the last click attribution model and also the linear attribution model are totally different from impression-based data-driven attribution. So which has the most accurate attribution when it comes to uh, customer journey or conversion. So are you considering a new attribution model, or are you satisfied with your current one, or you need some changes over there? If you think you need, or you are planning to get a new attribution model, what we have here is a big question. How to allocate budget for the best ROI? Exactly, it's $1 million question. So if you know the answer, you wouldn't be here. So what we're going to do right now is just to show you a platform. So, Roy, when you once you integrate all your data, all your advertisement platforms, and also your analytics, your internal systems, the system actually calculates all the impressions and makes a lot of comparison between the customer journey and finds specific patterns from where the conversion most probably happens. So it's an AI-powered attribution system. It's a self-learned system. So it'll give you insights like which platforms, which channels are playing the most important role, which are the best players in a conversion, and which are the parasitic channels is most of your budget. It also gives you insights such as, let's say, if you put like 100 euros more on a campaign or a platform or a web channel, how much return you can get, how much ROI you can get from it. Or if you cut off a little bit from one channel, how much it will affect your ROI. So there are like different metrics and insights you can get from the platform. At the same time, you can also export all these data to your BI tools, such as Power BI, Azure, or when it comes to spreadsheets, all these other BI tools. So Roivenue in detail, it acts as a single source of truth. So in the normal scenario, you have to go to a different, if you have your Google Ads or some other ad platforms, you have to go there to get the data about all the insights attribution, so where mostly they use the first or last click attribution. And when it comes to the web analytics, also you need to go to GA to get some details about uh, uh, your attribution. And also when it comes to internal systems. So you need to go to different places to get the data. When it comes to Roivenue, once you integrate your data, you have it all together in one place. So you'll have a single source of truth where you can rely with all your marketing decisions. So as I mentioned before, it's a AI-powered attribution model. The model trains itself. Uh, the customer journeys nowadays are really complex. It actually changes, and the behavior as well. So our system is actually trained to learn on a daily basis about how the customer behavior is changing on the market. So every day you'll be having really updated data, and also it calculates the conversion probability with the different customer journey patterns. And also it scores the touch points. So how does the model do that? So it actually calculates different data points, such as the timestamps, traffic source events and conversions, and much more to evaluate and to understand the customer behavior. And it will give you insights like to avoid unnecessary retargeting, expose parasitic channels, and also recognize already decided customers. So just imagine if you have an affiliate partner from who you get some data about their conversions, or they gives you some their own data and you have to rely on them. So once you integrate your data with Roivenue, what really happens is that we can actually show you the customers who are already decided to buy your product with different platforms and journeys. So what you are getting out of the platform, you'll save up to 50 hours a month with data integration. So you don't have to do manual data into the platform. So everything will be automated. So you will have a true visibility over your data, and you'll have all your marketing funnel in front of you from the beginning till the end. So you can have a quick look over different channel or different stages of the marketing funnel with different dimensions as well. So guys, let's have a look at here. So if we can save 50 hours a month with the platform, what in where you'll be using this 50 hours? It's an extra 50 hours on your marketing journey in a month. So establishing the ultimate source of truth with attribution. That means no more half-truths from agencies or platform. So Roivenue is actually a third-party platform. So we don't bond with any channels like Google Ads or Facebook or Instagram. We actually bond with truth. So what we are trying to do to help you uh, understand which channels are performing well for you and which channels are actually taking your money with fully data-based insights. So no more budget wasted due to undictated issues, because you once you make a marketing plan, so once you make a goal for your marketing plan, you can actually integrate it with Roivenue. So you can actually see if you are dropping out somewhere, something is not working well, you can actually have a closer look on root cause, what is going wrong. So you'll have this data on a daily basis. So whenever you have a drawback on your plan to your goal, you can actually understand it right away. You don't have to lose a single money because you don't have the data, right data. Yeah. So actually, you can increase revenue and profit with Budget Optimizer using Roivenue. So once you integrate all your data here, so system actually do a comparison between your marketing campaigns and your spend with the previous and current spend. It can actually show you exactly how you can increase your revenue by investing more on different uh, channels. And also, if there are some channels which are eating your budget, the optimizer will show you how you can cut off the budget from those platforms and invest it on the different ones, so you can have the best ROI possible. So we actually hit KPIs like 5 to 20% on ROI, return on investment, or profit. It all depends upon your KPIs. So yeah, but guys, I just want you to do an exercise with me right now. So if you can increase your ROI or profit, let's say by 5%, how much it will be on Indian rupees? How much it will be on money? I hope you have a figure on your mind right now. So just imagine. So now you are thinking about a 5% of increase on your revenue, but what I'm talking right now, it's about 20% of growth in your ROI by using our platform. So it will be 4 times what you have in your the figure that you have in your mind right now. And also, you can see some of our clients here. We work with Data, Econia, Cool Stuff. So we help them to increase their ROI and also help them to beat their own revenue targets. So these are the companies based around Europe, but we also signed some contract with Indian companies as well. So we have few companies right now. We just started the Indian market. So hopefully I'll meet you all soon. So right now, I invite my colleague, Lukas, to make a presentation about our demo. So that's all from from me, guys. So I hand over the platform to Lukas.
Hello, everybody, and thank you, Evan, for the word. Let me share my screen quickly. Yeah, great. So hopefully now we should be all able to see my screen with Roivenue, and this is basically the Roivenue dashboard. As you can see, all the data is already integrated. We connected all the marketing platforms to our account, the marketing investments, clicks, impressions, and other important metrics. The second source for revenue is the web analytics, such as Google Analytics or Adobe Analytics and other web analytics tools that they have the integration to. So from there, the visits and conversions come from. And then in this case, you have also connected the internal order system, and you are reflecting cancels and refunded orders as well. And we are also able to see the profit margin on our orders. We can simply easily filter here different projects, different websites, also different platforms. You can filter cross-dimensional. So as usual, you can also create your own custom dimensions. Let me move straight to the attribution analysis section, where you are actually able to compare two different attribution models. As most of you said, you are usually using last click model or any other data-driven model. You can compare most of the heuristic models out there with the Roivenue RNN AI model, and you can compare the data on any dimension. You can start with platforms, channels, campaigns, for example, even at group level comparison. And thanks to the custom dimensions, you can also discover new point of views in the data, such as product categories, etc. You can also choose the metric on which you would like to compare the data. So not only on net revenue and conversion, but basically any metric. It could be profit metric as well. It could be return, ROI, basically anything. And we scroll down here, we can easily see the comparisons. So we have the platform name here selected. We see how much money we spent in that particular platform, and we see how much net revenue the platform generated in the last click model, and we see what the real contribution was according to the RNN model. So we see something around 17% discrepancy in net revenue, and this is only on the platform level. Imagine it on the campaign level, which I will show you shortly. But basically, what does this mean? It means that there is a space to grow in this channel. Basically, you are not using the channel to its full potential. Let me show you the differences on campaign level, which also is a great function of Roivenue integration. We automatically pair your campaign data from platforms and Google Analytics. So you are able to see ROI on a campaign level with no additional work, basically. So as you can see, these campaigns, there is even a 45% discrepancy in the net revenue on the campaign level. So we can go to the particular campaign, increase the bid, increase the amount of keywords. This campaign is actually driving way more revenue than you thought. And talking about budget, I think we should mention the budget optimizer in Roivenue, where you can easily set up your business goals. If you want to grow, you can increase your budget. If you want to optimize, you can decrease the budget or keep the same budget and just reallocate the money across your channels so you can make more money. You can see here some adjustments according to the budget optimizer and the expected outcome of this change in that particular platform. We can also see some detailed information about how the optimization looks, how it works. It works basically on the historical performance data, and based on that, we give you some recommendations to get you to some sweet spot regarding the profit, etc. Moving on with Dimension Explorer. That's a page where you can easily compare platform and a dimension. In this case, we are looking at platform level and marketing investment ratio. We can easily decide which channels are actually underperforming and which are very good performers. We can, for example, take a look at this on a campaign level as well, and we can, for example, filter Google Ads channel platform. And now what I'm able to see is only Google Ads campaign, and I'm immediately able to tell that this campaign is really underperforming, and I can go to the platform, to the Google Ads, shut this campaign off, and I will save money, basically. Moving on to the Process Explorer, here we can get the most detailed information in the Roivenue UI. You can easily compare data in time. As you can see here, I'm comparing 2 weeks with 2 weeks before. So I have a month of data. I can quickly see some trends in my KPIs, my margin return on market investment, and the net revenue generated. And again, I can do very detailed evaluation of the performance. For example, we have made some changes in some platform, in some Facebook KPIs, let's say, and you want to see how the change affected your performance and business, you can all find it here. As you can see, you can choose up to 3 metrics, and we have a lot of them. So that would be the main part of the Roivenue app, the insights. You can also track your goals in Roivenue. You can set up your goals for the main KPIs you are following, and you can quickly see if you are hitting the goal or not. Also, speaking about the integration, you can upload any costs to Roivenue regarding your marketing expenses. So not only that we are downloading the performance cost for your campaigns, but you can reflect costs such as agency costs, content, basically anything. And second most important thing, data export. All you just saw in the UI, we give you. So you can export all the data you just saw to Google Sheets, CSV, Blob, Azure servers, or JSON, or directly to Data Studio. And these are automated. So once you connect real sources, everything is automated. The aggregation of the data, the integration, and the export to these destinations, and easily link them to your Tableau, Power BI, or Data Studio reports. And that would be all from my side from the Roivenue demo itself. Now let's move to the other part, and that's answering your questions. I saw some in the chat, so I hope that we have more of them. Ebin, can you share your screen with the questions from Slido? Or Ebin, is everything fine? Should I share the Slido myself?
Yeah, I'll just do it right now. I had some technical issues. I'll just share the screen right now.
Great.
Yeah, give me a sec. Yeah. So can you see it right now?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Great. So what are the parameters to calculate the credit in click-based data attribution? So basically, most of these parameters are regarding customer on a session level. We take parameters about how long the user spent on the website, what he did on the website, if he was bouncing, or how many hits he made. And based on that, we calculate the attribution for each visit of a particular user. What attribution model does Facebook and Instagram use? Facebook and Instagram by default use 7 days click and 1 day view attribution models. It can be changed to 28 days view click and 2 days view as well, meaning that after a click, everything or all the conversions that the user makes in 28 days after he clicks on the ad will be attributed to Facebook. What parameters calculate the credit impression distribution? So here we are actually taking information about every single impression that happened, such as how long the user saw the ad, where was it, if it was a banner, video, image, etc., and combine them with the Google Analytics data as well. Do you measure analytics for mobile apps? Yes, yes we do. We can integrate with AppsFlyer and Firebase. How many connectors do you have in Roivenue? So right now we have something around 45 connectors for the major platforms. and we are continually developing new ones, and we have all of them built in-house. How revenue fit for B2B? This other channel. So revenue is focused on marketing performance, mostly in digital, and what you can do actually is to help you make some strategic decisions as well in your marketing, but mostly focus on the performance itself and optimize in there. Also, everything what's measured in your analytics is attributed, so it also affects your content, your blogs, your email marketing, and everything is basically attributed. So based on that, you can make some other decisions in other channels than marketing itself. If you have specific lead target, then can we get specific leads or around that? So if I understand this correctly, this is basically attribution of the goals that you are measuring on your website, and we can basically attribute all of them. So if you have a goal set up in your analytics, we can measure it, we can attribute it, and based on basically unique identifier of the target itself, we can show you the user journey for each of them. So now the question is if all the questions from the chat were answered during the Slido, or should I go through the chat as well?
So if you can have a look at the chat, it would be great, Lukas. Yeah.
Yeah, there is some question about how revenue will affect other channels, which was partly answered in the Slido as well. As I said, everything that's measured is attributed. So the email that the attendee is asking for is easily attributed, so we can help you with the email content, which is actually bringing customers. And all the links on webinars, events, etc., all of them can be attributed as well. Yep, great. I think that's all of my time. Thank you.
So thank you so much, Lukas, for answering that whole questions, and I believe that's really gave some insights to our attendees. So right now it's time to wind up our webinar, and I really appreciate you all for coming here and attending with us for this webinar. And I really appreciate if you can give us a feedback about this webinar, so we can actually make it better the next time. So what you like to hear, or what you like to learn more about attribution, your insights, your questions, whatever it is, just let us know in the feedback. So we'll be more than happy to get back to you and answer those questions as well. So, and thank you, Sonal, and also David, for joining me today here with this webinar. So, and I'll just show you a last wrap up what we had today. So with today's webinar, what we went through is like insights on different attribution models, data discrepancy between channels, comparison of data-driven attribution model with traditional models, and how to allocate budget for the best ROI. So if you have different topics, if you like to learn more about different topics, just let us know. And you can also contact me on here on my email or my phone number. So we'll be happy to help you more. So thank you all for joining the webinar, and have a nice day there. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.